Yes, good morning, students. In the previous video lecture, we discussed about the triangular wave generator. Okay, triangular or rectangular wave generator, and one of the problem on design of the triangular wave generator is also we have studied in the previous class. Okay, here in this class we'll discuss about the sine wave generators. So once the if you heard about the sine wave generator, the one thing which comes to your mind is RC phase shift oscillator. RC phase shift oscillator or any phase shift oscillators. So you already know the what is RC phase criteria to produce the oscillations in case of the RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so today I will be explaining the basic criteria to produce the oscillations in case of the RC phase shift oscillator, and then I will go for the next derivation of RC phase shift oscillator, working principle of RC phase shift oscillator, and so on. Okay, here it is okay, so it's a block diagram representation of any of the oscillatory circuits. So it consisting of a two path. One is a forward path and feedback path. Okay, forward and feedback path. So forward path, just a minute. So forward and feedback path. So if you give a sine wave, this is the inverting operational amplifier. So in the forward path there is an inverting amplifier is used. Okay, so if you give a sine wave input, it will produce the inverted sine wave. Okay, so the criteria to produce the oscillation is the phase shift around the loop. That means in the forward, the complete loop, the phase shift around the loop should be 360 degree here. Okay, so 360 degree. So from the your operational amplifier, as it's an inverting amplifier, so it will could produce the 180 degree of the phase shift. Okay, this output of this op amp is given to the RC network, that is feedback network. So feedback network consisting of a R and C ladder combinations, which each R and C ladder will introduce the 60 degree of phase shift. So 180 degree of phase shift is produced here. So here sine wave you are getting, so here you will get the inverted sine wave. That inverted sine wave you given to the your feedback network, that will once again introduces 180 degree phase shift. So you will get the another sine wave here. Okay, this is how there is a continuous oscillations will be produced in this particular oscillatory circuit. Okay, so that is the criteria behind this. So Bark-Hussein criteria, I think you all are very familiar with Bark-Hussein criteria. So the output voltage equation is, so it is V0 is equal to A into Vi. That means A is the amplifier gain here. Okay, so Vf is equal to beta into V0, that is a feedback voltage, and other things. So we can calculate the gain of the amplifier, feedback gain. It's a forward path gain. AF is a forward path gain. Okay, AB is the feedback path gain. Feedback path gain being calculated as Vf is equal to that AB is equal to Vf divided by Vi. Okay, that is the feedback path gain. Okay, so now, so you know the Bark-Hussein criteria, what it says. So the phase shift around the loop should be 360. So here we have 180 degree phase shift, here we have 180 degree. So the phase shift around the loop is 360, it is achieved. That is the first criteria of Bark-Hussein. Okay, so once again there are three different cases in case of the Bark-Hussein criteria. So that is three cases. In that first case we'll be discussing. So A into beta, that is forward path gain, and the feedback path gain, that is gain of this amplifier and the feedback gain. So if you take a modulus of this multiplication, modulus of mode of forward and multiplication, or mode of forward and feedback path gain, it should be 1. Okay, there are three cases. If it should be 1, there are two criteria. One is the phase shift around the loop is 360 degree, and the gain of forward path and feedback path gain, multiplication of forward and feedback path gain should be 1. Then only there is a continuous oscillations are produced. These two criteria, if your oscillatory circuit is satisfying, then the continuous oscillations or the you will get the sine wave there. Okay, so in this the Bark-Hussein, once again he has given the three different criteria. So when the gain, both the gain, that is forward path and feedback path gain, it is greater than 1, what is the nature of the output voltage? When it is less than n, what is the nature of the output voltage? And when it is equal to 1, what is the nature of the output? Okay, so this is the first case, it is A into beta, that is forward path gain and feedback path gain, which is greater than 1. Greater than 1, you will get the oscillations, but you will get the gradually increasing type of the oscillations. So it is gradually increasing type, okay, gradually growing type of the oscillations you will get. Okay, when A into beta, that is forward path and feedback path gain multiplication, if it is equal to 1, you will get the saturated type of the oscillations, that is uniform type of the oscillations you will get. Okay, so in the third case, if A into beta is less than 1, so then you will be getting the gradually decreasing type of the oscillations. Okay, decreasing type of oscillations, increasing in case when it is greater than 1, increasing type of oscillations. When it is equal to 1, it is uniform oscillations. When it is less than 1, there is a gradually decaying type of the oscillations you will get. Okay, so these are the three different criterias to produce the oscillations in case of the Barkhausen criteria. Okay.